Please allow me now to call on our next resource speaker to help enlighten us and ground our discussion on how we can participate as citizens in alleviating and coping with the impacts of the energy crisis. We have the honor of introducing the Director for Business Development Solutions of the Buskowitz Energy, Engineer Kenneth Murrel Santos. Makakalikasang araw, Engineer Santos.
Hi, good afternoon to everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yes,
Hold on.
yes.
Okay. So, hold on. There. How about my slides? Can you guys see my slides already?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, sure. Okay. So I guess I thank everyone for giving us the opportunity to share with you guys our services that we can offer for Buskowitz. Of course, considering everything that is happening around us, I guess right now the push for renewables is really something we have to think about, not just as citizens, but also, as a country already moving forward. So just quickly, just an overview of our today's agenda. I'll quickly show you who we are and what we do. A little bit of the technical specs that we have and what we can offer. And of course, I guess one of the fewer more important aspects of the presentations is our commercial offerings or our financing options for different businesses that wants to go for solar. So quickly for our background, the Buskowitz Group actually started in the hospitality industry, wherein they had a resort in Boracay that they really wanted to push for renewable energy because of rising costs also at the time in Boracay. At the time, 2008, 2010, there was really not much, I guess, technical capabilities in the Philippines with regards to solar also. So that's when our CEO and founder, James Buskowitz, essentially thought of creating a solar energy provider in the Philippines, and that's Energy Renewables Asia in 2012, and then in 2015, the financing arm of Buskowitz Group uh, was formed. So this is basically just to address the demand for solar and at the same time it being more affordable for our end users. So we built Buskowitz Finance Inc. solely to address that and to bridge the gap between developers and off-takers or basically the ones that need solar. And then eventually 2022, we merged the two and have rebranded to Buskowitz Energy, basically a one-stop shop for your energy needs moving forward. So what do we offer as a company? So we offer end-to-end solutions from tier one components. We have very high standards with respect to what we use in terms of these installations because at the end of the day, the components have to be there, warranties have to be supplied to, and at the same time, of course, quality and safety has to be ensured. At the same time, we also do our procurement, construction that is focused on safety and strict quality control. So everything for our construction and project management is in-house, from the engineering team down to the operations and maintenance team that we also do also. This is basically our asset management team that monitors our systems on a day-to-day basis, whether online or physically on site. So that's basically our end-to-end solution. So the past couple of years, we have about 84 megawatts total portfolio already in the Philippines. One of the only rooftop solar provider that is ISO 9001 2015 certified. And of course, 300 plus installations nationwide. So we wanted to emphasize this because we have installations all over the country. So we have our team scattered around the Philippines, whether it's in North Luzon down to to Mindanao, we have been able to install. So the 300 plus installations both covers our CNI or commercial and industrial market, and at the same time our residential markets also. So, one of the key things that we were able to build the past couple of years is that we have been able to supply to our blue chip companies and customers that we have long-term project contracts with, specifically SM Prime, Unilab, Coca-Cola, and Lufthansa. And then just to show also our different, I guess, facets and markets that we have been able to supply to. We have supplied to schools, to malls, hospitals also, and then of course our biggest market is still definitely the manufacturing one because they fit basically the solar rooftop operations clear very direct because of the fact that usually they have their highest demand in the morning also. And again, as our push for quality really is that we have been ISO certified for 7 years now. This is for 9001, 2015. But recently we have been certified also for 14001, which is more on the energy management system. And again, just to show our project highlights, some of the installations we have been able to make from different industries. Of course, our biggest right now in terms of, I guess, capacities and our biggest customer is definitely SM malls. We have installed one of the biggest rooftop solar PV in a commercial mall, which is in SM Fairview at about 3.7 megawatts. And then, of course, SM Santa Rosa is there, San Jose del Monte. Even South Mall is almost as big as Fairview at 3.5 megawatts. And then just a couple more SM malls. And then our key account also is definitely Coke. We have installed in their three big plants in the country, which is Santa Rosa, Misamis Oriental, and Bacolod. And then this is more so for the Unilab group. Amherst Laboratories and FDPI expansion buildings are the ones beside SLEX. If you come to drive along SLEX, you might be able to see one of our installations there. And then just a couple more showing and highlighting the different industries that we have been able to tap into and show our expertise also with regards to solar rooftop. For the technical overview, this is just a quick one. For us, we install an on-grid solar PV system wherein outright it converts the solar panels convert sunlight to DC electricity, and then inverters converts it to AC, which is the usable energy that we use at our homes or at our businesses. And then we just simply use whatever is existing in the facility already without needing much additional I guess rectification on your end. So at this we can ensure a smooth and easy transition to the solar PV installations. And then just a couple of I guess presentation for our um components that we use. So for our solar panels, we use Canadian Solar. And then for our inverters, we use Solar Edge. So we mainly use these two because not only of their quality and safety standards, but also because they have one of the best after sales service that we have tried in the industry. And for us, that's very important because that's also our way of giving the best after sales service also into our different customers because we need reliable suppliers in order to do that. So again, just showing you what is currently in the market. Though there's different, I guess, solar panels available in the market, different efficiencies, different sizes, but mostly boils down to what is really needed by whether it's your facility or your house. We have different models that can fit whatever you need. So same goes for the inverters, optimizers. If you're curious how we install these solar panels on your roof, typically um, we don't add additional holes in your roof. So we use whatever is existing in your roof, those which are the tech screws. We use them where our railings and clamps will hold on to. And then that's where again the solar panel will be put into. So we have different types of installations from the typical GI rooftop that is commonly used in the Philippines, and then we also have um, a ballasted type mounting approach for roof decks. So at least if ever there's no presence of GA rooftop, we can still use your roof deck. It's a different approach, a lot more, I guess, structural considerations, but it's definitely doable. So one of the things that we highlight also why we use the Solar Edge brand in terms of our inverters is because of its monitoring interface. So though it is very common in the industry to have the monitoring interface, but um, the thing is it has to be accessible both through your phone or your laptop or your browser, so you can monitor your system's performance on a real-time basis. So at least for Solar Edge, it updates every 15 minutes. As long as the system is still connected to your internet, you will see whatever is being produced and how your system is performing at that exact moment. And at the same time, we because of the Solar Edge system, however the solar panels was installed in your roof, that's also the way you will see it in your monitoring platform. So it gives us a little bit of easier time to troubleshoot if there's any issues, because it will show specifically what panel is malfunctioning, what panel is underperforming, and it will be highlighted in the monitoring interface. And of course, part of our scope also, which I'll be showing in our financing options later on, is the operations and maintenance. So basically, we do administrative work for your warranties, preventive maintenance, of course, on a routinary basis. We monitor and report the system's performance to our customers. And of course, if need be, we troubleshoot and repair it also during the time of operation. So as we move into our financing options, we have actually three product options that we usually offer to our commercial and industrial clients. So first is the power purchase or lease option. So this is where the zero capex comes in. So zero down payment, you pay per energy produced. So on a monthly basis, however or how much your system will produce, that is the only one you're entitled to pay for us. With a lease rate, of course, lower than your existing energy provider. Typically, for this option, we can offer about 30 to 50% lower rate from your current energy provider. And for this option, though you're tied up with us between 20 to 25 years payment terms or lease term, but we will be doing all of the production guarantee, the operations and maintenance, energy monitoring, even your roof and system warranty is all under Buskowitz responsibility. So all you have to do is sign your contract with us. We will install it in, let's say, 2, 3 months, 4 months, depending on how big the system is. And then right then and there, once it's energized, you start saving already around 30 to 40% of your bill, just by switching to solar with us, at zero capex at that. Of course, we also have the outright purchase wherein it's typical outright purchase where it's a full cash payment with minimal down payment of, let's say, 20 to 30%, and then progress billing as we build the system. Of course, you own the system from the get-go. We can provide you with a complimentary 1 to 2 years free O&M. But since you own the system, typical ROI for a solar PV system is between, let's say, 3 to 4 years for the commercial and industrial sectors. And then for our residential market, it's typically between 4 to 5 years ROI. So for our residential market, the outright purchase and the outright financing options is what we can offer. So again, with minimal down payment of about 30%, we can give you a flexible fixed monthly payments of, let's say, between 5 to 7 years term with us. And then basically you'll have your solar installed in your rooftop already. So it's a fixed monthly payment, stretching out again for the payment terms of 5 to 7 years. But we will still be doing most of the administrative work for warranty management if need be during the 7 year term. And of course, complementary operations and maintenance here and there. So for us, we try to make it very straightforward if you want to switch to solar. We physically only need 4 documents. Typically 12 months electricity bill, your electrical single line diagram, your roof plan. The hourly load profile is more so applicable to our CNI market, but for the residential market, we only need the first three: the bills, your electrical single line diagram, and roof plan. And then once we have those, and we have your tailor fit proposal already, we can visit the site, discuss your proposal, and then that's it from there. We can already have future steps wherein if you switch solar with us, we can have your contract signing, procurement of the major materials, and then commission and turn over your system between 3 to 4 months. So I think that's it for us from Buskowitz. I know we'll have a couple of rounds of Q&A after this presentation, and we would be happy to answer any of your clarifications if you need it. So yeah, thank you everyone.